A bright and beautiful morning to all my dear students. Students, we have started our lesson number 2, Life Processes in Living Organisms, Part 1, from Science 2. And children, today we are going to learn an important topic which is cell division. So let's begin. Cell division is one of the very important properties of cells and living organism. Due to this property only, a new organism is formed from the existing one. A multicellular organism grows up and emaciated body can be restored. So it is one of the very important properties of cells and living organism. Children, cell division is of two types, mitosis and meiosis. We are going to learn both of these cell division. Now the first one, that is mitosis. Mitosis occurs only in somatic cells. Now children, what are somatic cells? The cells which are present in all over our body. Okay, those cells are called as somatic cells. Like they are present in our brains, lungs, even in our heart, stomach. Okay, those cells which are present all over our body are called as somatic cells. And children, meiosis, it occurs in the germ cells. Now what are germ cells? The reproductive cells. As we know, in male, sperms are produced in testes and eggs are formed in the ovaries. Right? So this eggs and sperm are the female and male gametes respectively. So the reproduction, or else they are also known as the reproductive cells. So the division, okay, cell division takes place in these reproductive cells. It is called as meiosis. So today children, we shall be learning about mitosis. Children, before study of cell division, we should know the structural organization of the cell. And this we have learnt in our previous class. Children, this is a picture of a cell. Okay. A cell, it consists of a cell membrane, right? And within the cell, there is cytoplasm. And also there is presence of nucleus. This nucleus is bounded by a membrane which is known as nuclear membrane, and there is also presence of nucleolus in the nucleus, right? And children, there is presence of centriole in the cytoplasm. So, this is the structural organization of the cell. Children, we also know that DNA is present in nucleus, right? And chromosomes are formed from DNA. So children, do you know how chromosomes are formed from the DNA? Let's take an example to understand it. Children, let's take an example of a thread and a needle. Okay. Now, as you can see here, children, the thread is made up of very fine threads. Right? You can see the single thread-like structure. It is very fine. So, if this very fine thread, if we wind it, okay, if we condense it, it will become a thick thread, right? And if this thick thread if we again wind it or we condense it, so we will get a reel of that thread. Understood up till here? So same thing happens, children. See, look here. Suppose this fine thread-like structure is our DNA. Let us assume that. Okay, this fine thread-like structure is our DNA. If we condense the DNA, if the DNA is condensed, it will first form the chromatin fibers, a thick thread which is chromatin fibers. And again, when these chromatin fibers, when they get condensed, they will make up chromosomes. So now you understood how the chromosomes are formed from DNA? Good. See, this is how somewhat the chromosomes look like, where we can see the thread-like structures. So these are all the chromatin fibers which condenses and make up chromosome. Understood, children? Okay. So now, children, we know that DNA is present in the nucleus, and when it condenses, first chromatin fibers are formed, and further when these chromatin fibers condenses, we get chromosomes. Okay, children? Now, children, let's see the shape of the chromosome. We have learnt this in our previous standard, right? So as you can see, children, this red color is a chromosome, a single chromosome. It has two arms, right? The upper and the lower, it has two arms. And the yellow color which you see at the center of the chromosome is known as centromere. Understood up till here? Now, children, when we know that chromosomes are always in pair, right? They are in pair. So we can say here in the next figure you can see there are two chromosomes, a red color and a blue color. So this pair of chromosome is known as the homologous pair of chromosome. Okay, children, understood up till here? Now, children, listen carefully. When during cell division, the chromosome divides and it forms its duplicate copy. Okay, during cell division, this chromosome divides and form its duplicate copy. So this is called as sister chromatids. Are you getting me now? What are sister chromatids? During cell division, the cells, they divide. Okay, the cell division, during the cell division, the chromosome divide and form their duplicates. So this is called as sister chromatid. Got it? Children, we know that in one human cells there are 46 chromosomes. How many chromosomes? 46. In one human cell there are 46 chromosomes. So how many pairs would be there? Yes. So there are 23 pairs of chromosome. And children, these chromosomes are in diploid condition. Children, when the chromosomes are paired together, okay, when the chromosomes are paired, that condition is known as diploid condition. Understood? And it is indicated by or written as 2n. 2 means a pair of chromosome and n is the number of chromosome. Okay, children. And we also know this, before the cell divides, the chromosome always duplicate, right? Before every cell division, the chromosomes always duplicate. Now, if this is a parent cell, so the after duplication, sister chromatid will separate and there would be formation of daughter cells. So children, have you all understood the concept related to a cell and cell division? Now we shall study mitosis. Let us study how cells divide by mitosis. Children, there are two stages in mitosis: karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis means the division of nucleus, or else we can say nuclear division, and cytokinesis mean the division of cytoplasm. Okay, cytoplasmic division is known as cytokinesis and nuclear division is known as karyokinesis. Okay, now in this karyokinesis or nuclear division, there are four different stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So we are going to learn each of these stages in detail. So let's start, children. The first one, prophase. In prophase, condensation of chromosomes occur. That is, condensation of the thin thread-like chromosomes start. And children, due to this condensation, they become short and thick, right? And they start to appear along with their pairs of sister chromatids. Okay, now do you understood the meaning of sister chromatid? Okay, so condensation of chromosome occurs, and due to this they become short and thick, and they appear with their sister chromatids. And then children, centriole, which is present in the cytoplasm, it also duplicates, and each centriole then moves to the opposite poles of the cells. Okay, and simultaneously nuclear membrane and nucleolus starts to disappear. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus starts to disappear. So this is the prophase stage. So what is happening here? First, the chromosomes are condensed. Due to condensation, they become thick and short, and they appear with their sister chromatids. Then the centriole, which is present in the cytoplasm, it starts duplicating, and each centriole then moves to the opposite poles of the cells. After that, children, nuclear membrane and nucleolus, they start to disappear. This is the stage prophase. Understood? Now let's see the next stage, that is metaphase. In metaphase, children, nuclear membrane and nucleolus, they completely disappear. Okay, and chromosomes complete their condensation. So there is complete condensation of chromosomes, and they become clearly visible along with their sister chromatids. All these chromosomes are arranged parallel to the equatorial plane of the cell. Now suppose, children, if there is an imaginary line between at the center of the cell, so all these chromosomes are then arranged parallel to the equatorial plane of the cell. Okay, then what happens, children? Spindle fibers are formed between the centromere of each chromosomes and both centrioles. What are spindle fibers, children? It is a special type of flexible protein fibers. Okay, it is the proteins which is given from or formed from centromeres of the chromosome. So, spindle fibers are formed between the centromere of each chromosomes and both the centriole. So, what happens in metaphase? First, nuclear membrane and nucleolus, they completely disappear. Then chromosome complete their condensation and become clearly visible along with their sister chromatids. Then all these chromosomes are arranged parallel to the equatorial plane of the cell. And next, spindle fibers are formed between centromere of each chromosome and both the centrioles. Understood? This happens in the stage metaphase. The next is anaphase. In anaphase, centromeres they split and thereby sister chromatids of each chromosome separates. Okay, centromeres are they get split and the sister chromatid of each chromosome gets separated. And then children, they are pulled apart in the opposite direction with the help of those spindle fibers. Okay, with the help of these spindle fibers, the sister chromatids are pulled apart in the opposite direction. These separated sister chromatids are called as daughter chromosomes. Okay, children, these separated sister chromatids, they are also called as daughter chromosomes. Now, if these chromosomes, they are being pulled, so they appear like a bunch of bananas. Okay, chromosomes being pulled appear like bunch of bananas. So in this way, each set of chromosomes reach at the two opposite poles of the cell. Okay, so what happens in anaphase? Centromeres split and thereby sister chromatids of each chromosome separate and then they are pulled apart in opposite direction with the help of spindle fibers. Now these separated sister chromatids, they are also known as daughter chromosomes. So chromosomes being pulled appear like bunch of bananas. So in this way, each set of chromosome reach at two opposite poles of the cell. So this happens in the stage anaphase. So the next phase is telophase. Now what happens here? The chromosomes now start to decondense and again become thread-like, thin and invisible. Now what happens to the chromosome? They reached at the opposite poles of the cell and then they start to decondense. Okay, and they become thread-like and invisible. Then nuclear membrane is formed around each set of chromosomes reached at the pole. Now there is the formation of nuclear membrane. So once the nuclear membrane is formed, two daughter nuclei are formed in the cell. Okay. So nucleolus also appears in each daughter nucleus, right? After formation of daughter nuclei, nucleolus will also appear and children, spindle fibers, they completely get disappear and centriole is formed again. Understood children? What happens in telophase? The chromosomes which have reached at opposite poles of the cell now start to decondense and due to this they again become thread-like thin and they are invisible. Then nuclear membrane is formed around each set of chromosomes. Thus we can say two daughter nuclei are formed in the cell and nucleus also appear in each daughter nuclei. and spindle fibers, they get completely disappear. Understood up till here? So these were the 4 stages in mitosis. So in this way we can say karyokinesis completes. Okay, the one stage, that is karyokinesis, completes in mitosis, and the next stage, that is cytokinesis, begins. That means the division of cytoplasm. Now let's study cytokinesis, that is division of cytoplasm. The cytoplasm divides and 2 daughter cells are formed. In this process, a notch is formed at the equatorial plane of the cell. That means there is a cut like at the equatorial plane of the cell. Now this cut, it deepens gradually. Okay, this notch, it deepens gradually, and thereby 2 new cells are formed. Now we have 2 new cells which are formed after cytokinesis, that is after cytoplasmic division. So children, have you all understood the mitosis and the 2 types, karyokinesis and cytokinesis? Okay. In case of a plant cell, children, instead of a notch, there is a plate. Okay, there is a cell plate which is formed exactly along the midline of the cell. So there is a cell plate which is formed exactly in the middle of the cell, and thus the cytoplasm divides and cytokinesis is completed. So in animal cell, there is a formation of a notch at the equatorial plate, whereas in plant cell, it is a cell plate is formed along the midline of the cell. Understood, children? So mitosis is essential for the growth of body, right? Besides, it is necessary for restoration of emaciated body, wound healing, and formation of blood cells, etc. So children, have you all understood mitosis and the importance of mitosis? Okay, good. With this, we have finished our today's topic. Children, watch the video attentively and then read the lesson for better understanding. We shall meet you in our next lecture with a new topic. Till then, children, take care of yourself and your family. Eat healthy and stay home. Thank you, children.